I'm still fairly young and reckless, and I have 4 kids. When it comes to paying bills every month.
About one man, though.
I'm married. I am very married. I've been married for 6 years, but we have been together for 11 years since I was 17 years old. However, I don't have time for like bookkeeping and stuff outside of business. When it comes to like loans, I never really got the hang of it. So when I sold my grandmom's property, I cleared $150,000 after taxes. It was like $127. I didn't really look at the money like it was mine because I was broke anyway. So I was like, okay, if one house got me this much money, let me buy more. Because the agent, I had a nice little agent, he sat me down with his friend who was a financial advisor, and he said, oh, I got some commission, you should get some too. So he sits me down with this guy, and the guy's like, yeah, give me all your money. I'm like, all of it? He's like, yeah, all of it. I'm like, well, what are you going to do? He said, I'll invest it, I'll put it in a Roth IRA, I'll buy some stocks for you, I'll do all of this stuff. So I'm like, well, can you teach me how to do it? He was like, no, we just handle the portfolio. I'm like, well, what if I need some money back? Because I'm poor. Like, I didn't go in there and tell him I was poor, but I think he knew I was poor. So I'm like, well, what if I need, some of that money in the meantime? He said, oh, we'll give you some back, but you'll get a fee. We'll fine you for getting your money back. So here it is. He wants me to give him my money for free, but if I need it back, which I needed it to begin with, I would be fined. So I said, no thank you. I'm going to buy houses. Just like that. Kanye shrug and everything. I was very arrogant, poor girl at the time. And I made my mind up that day, if you are good enough to do something, I am good enough to learn what you're going to do. And I hit the ground running. So Instagram, that was one of my universities. I went to real estate school, but much like you, Annetta, I passed fundamentals and practice because I'm highly intelligent, but there was something about splitting that commission with a broker that didn't sit right with me. It just didn't make sense. I got to do all of this work. Who is this broker? I got to hang my stuff up on. It was really weird, so no. YouTube University, that taught me a lot, and then I ended up wanting to know what that auction place was like, because you pretty much invited me when you sent the paper to my house, right? Okay, so let me go slide and see what's happening. After that 1 year, I purchased 9 houses in cash. So I was house rich, cash poor, but I had 9 shells, all shells, okay? So now, I have these properties. 2 of them were like lipstick, so I could put some tenants in, and one of them I actually purchased with the tenant in there. I remember purchasing a lot for $1,700. I remember purchasing just a bunch of crazy properties for really low numbers. The thing that really tripped me out was that when you go to an auction, you don't have to buy your property outright. You have to put down a deposit. And then you have a certain amount of time to pay the balance on this specific property. So, okay, now, the down payment is 10%. I told you I purchased the property for $1,700. I put $600 down on that property. They gave me 30 days to pay the balance. So I'm like, well, what if I sold this property in 30 days without paying you the balance? And I thought I was doing something wrong. I did it the first time. The second time I wore a hoodie. The third time I told my cousin to come because I thought I was getting over. I'm like, I want you to try this because I don't know if this something. We about to get them. Then we start getting them. I realized this was perfectly legal, and it was crazy. Listen, because you think you're doing something wrong when you're in an unfamiliar territory, and it is so normal to other people, because why didn't I notice? And why am I in the same place that my grandma's house was about to sell, and we didn't notice? Why didn't we notice? So long story short, that's what got me into the whole auction world, and then I started to talk about it.